Welcome back to the Forge of Low Expectations. Today we're tackling Tanjiro's Nichirin blade from Demon Slayer because nothing says what's the best use of a Saturday project like making a sword fueled by the power of friendship, trauma, and impeccable breathing techniques. So let's get started. So the prints turned out well, so that's always good. There was a few bits of stringing here and there, but it was nothing a little heat couldn't fix. So the next part is assembly. So I've lined everything up, and I'm probably going to use a little too much glue and somehow avoid fusing the sword to the floor. Now that assembly is done, well, for the most part, the beginning, before I start painting and filling and everything, you probably noticed if I kept the part of the video where I assembled it in kind of a time lapse. I did have to cut a little bit of the top of the sheath, and it took a little bit of effort to put this bottom peg system in. So if you print this for yourself, I would probably advise maybe reducing this by 1 or 2% to save yourself a little bit of hassle, and to just be prepared to trim a little bit so everything kind of meets flush. But yeah, so after this, I am gonna wait for the glue to set, and then I am gonna go in and start filling in some of these seam lines or seams so that I can make it easier for sanding, because I want this thing smooth enough to reflect the crushing weight of Tanjiro's emotional trauma. So now that sanding and filling it is done, and my fingers are ever so grateful for it, next we move on to painting. And I'm gonna first layer this with a couple coats of sandable primer, just rinsing and repeating the sandable primer, sanding, making sure I get everything nice, smooth, and ready for the final painting. So Tanjiro's sword is black, just very black, matte, anime, angsty black. So I'll give it a few coats to make sure the finish isn't too glossy, but I do want it just the right amount of brooding and not really freshly waxed. So I'll also hit the edge with a hint of shine with some silver, along with some of these other pieces, and basically just make it where it's enough to stand out on camera. With everything painted, I did do some final touch-ups because some paint did scrape off. Did some light edge highlights, and now it's time to assemble all of this together. So now that everything is assembled, it's time to go to the wife's verdict. Okay, be honest. Demon Slayer vibes or dollar store samurai?
I'll admit, it looks pretty good.
That sounded dangerously like praise.
Don't get used to it.
So what do you give it for rating?
9 out of 10. I'd let them borrow it.
Do you remember who?
Tanjiro.
Tanjiro. So thanks for joining in this project making journey through determination, mild panic, and a ton of sanding. If you like this build, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment on your favorite Demon Slayer character, and let me know which weapon I should make next. So as always, more swords, more mistakes, and more moderately impressed reactions hopefully coming soon. See you next time at the Forge.